Hello, my dear friends. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. So, friends, you are very welcome in our lecture number 3 of arithmetic progression. Okay, so today we are doing a lot of questions. Okay, so now without wasting the time, let's start. So now today we will discuss sum of terms in an AP. Okay, what is sum of terms in an AP? So friends, you have to be listen very carefully. Okay, so let's suppose we have an AP like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Let's suppose this is an AP. So if we want to do the sum of this AP, how we can do it? We can do 1 plus 2 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 5 15. So finally our answer is 15. But when the this is a short AP, we can easily find the sum. When we have an AP like this, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus and 254. So now my dear friends, we have to find the sum of this AP. So how we can find it? So my dear friends, there is a formula to find, yes, to find the sum of this AP. Okay, what is that? Let's see. We have a formula for the sum to n terms of an AP. Okay, what is? Yes, so the sum of n terms of an AP is given as, let's suppose we have an AP like this. First of all, we have to write the AP. We have an AP A1, A2, A3, A4, and so on to the what? A, and this is our last term. Now if we want the submission of this AP A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus dot and plus AN. Now if we want some n Sn, okay, then what is the formula? So the formula is n upon 2, okay, into twice of A. This A is what? This is our first term, plus n minus 1 into D, bracket close. So this is the formula from which we can find easily the sum of the arithmetic progression. Okay, I hope you get this point. Now here A is our first term. A is our what? First term. N is number of terms. D is our common difference. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you understand this. So if we have A, if we have N, if we have D, then we can find easily the submission of the AP. Okay, so now let's move on. Now arithmetic mean. What is? Yes, arithmetic mean. So what is arithmetic mean? Let's see that. The arithmetic mean is the simple average of a given set of numbers. The arithmetic mean of a set of number is given by, like, if we want the arithmetic, it is a simple average of the series. Okay, like if we want arithmetic mean, then the formula is sum of terms divided by number of terms. Okay, so this is the arithmetic mean. I hope you get this point. Yes. So this is our what? This is our arithmetic mean. Okay. Now basic adding patterns in an AP. Okay. What is the basic adding pattern? Like we have like we have an AP like this. Let's suppose, for example, we have 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, and 17. Now, if we observe this, the sum of two terms that are equidistant from either end of the AP is constant. For example, like this, if we sum this T1 plus T6, we have 2 plus 17, which is equals to what? 19. Now, if we do T2 plus T5, we have 5 plus 14, we get again 19. Okay, so this is what? This is the basic adding pattern. If we add T3 plus T4, we get what? 8 plus 11, which is equal to 19. Okay, I hope you understand thing. Now, if we what we are doing, we are adding this term. Okay, and we are adding this term, which is equals. Okay, I hope you understand these things. Now let's move on. Yes, sum of first and natural number. Sum of first and natural number. Let's suppose we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, okay, 4 plus till n. Okay, now if we want Sn, then how we can do it? We can do it by n into n plus 1 divided by 2. This is what? This is the, yes, this is the sum of an natural numbers. Okay, I hope you got it. Now, if we have an AP like this, A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus and so on till AN. This is also called L, means last term. So now we can find it as, if we want Sn is, if we know A1 and L, we can directly find it as n upon 2 A plus L. This is the another formula. If we know the value of last term, if we know the value of last term and first term, then we can find the summation of the series. Okay, yeah. Now let's move on. Yes, now the question is that find the sum of the following APs. Now we have to find the sum of the following APs. So how we can find it? We have to put the direct formula so that we can easily find the answer. Now we have 2, 7, 12. 2, 10 terms means we have n is equals to 10, a is equals to 2, and d is what? 7 minus 2 means 5. Okay, now we have to find S10. We have to find what? S10. Okay, so now we can do very easily. 10 upon 2. Okay, 2 into 2, 2a plus 10 minus 1. 10 minus 1 into d means into 5. Yes, into 5. Okay, so what is the formula? Formula is n upon 2 price of a plus n minus 1 into d. So this is a formula. Okay, now S tan is equals to, this is 5, this is 4 plus 9 into 5. We get 5 into 4 plus 45. and we get what? 5 into 49. If we are multiplying this, we get 245. Now the answer is as 10 is equals to 245. So this is our final answer. Okay, I hope you understand these things. So now let's move on. Yes, we have an equation and series which is 0.6, 1.7, 2.8 to the 100 terms. Means we have to find as 100. Okay, now we have A is 0.6. We have D is 1.7 minus 0.6. We get what? 1.1. We get what? 1.1. Now the formula of Sn is n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, now we are putting the values in the respective terms. We get what? As 100 is 100 upon 2, 2 into 0.6 plus 100 minus 1 into 1.1. Okay, so as 100 is equals to 50 is equals to 50, and 2 into 0.6 is 1.2 plus 99 into 1.1. 50, 12 plus 1.2 plus 108.9. Okay, if we solve it, 50 into, okay, what will we get? 110.1. If we multiply this, we get 5505. So this is our S100. This is our what? This is our answer. Very easy question, friends. Now let's go on. Yes. Yes. So the next question is, we have to find the sum of the given below. What is? Yes. 34 plus 32 plus 30 plus dot 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 plus 10. Now we have to find the sum of the series. Okay. So, but we don't know the value of n. Okay. But we have A is equals to 34. D which is equals to 32 minus 34. We get minus 2. And we know an is equals to 10. Now first of all we have to find n. Okay, so that we can find the submission of the series. So how we can find n? We can find, like, we know the formula of an which is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. And what is an? An is 10. What is a? A is 34 plus what is n? We don't know. And what is the value of d? Which is minus 2. Now 10 minus 34 divided by minus 2, which is equals to n minus 1. Now from this we get n minus 1 is equals to minus 24 divided by minus 2. Now if we solve it, we get 12. So the value of n is what? 13. 12 plus 1 is what? 13. Now we have to find what? S13. S13. Now let's do that. So 13 upon 2. Now we know the first term and last term. So we can find directly what? A plus L means 34 plus 10. We no need to put the complete formula. We can do it by this method also. So 13 upon 2 multiply 44. Now if we divide it, we get what? 22. So if we are solving 22 into 13, we get 286 now. So as 13 is equals to 286. 286, yes. So this is our result. Okay, so I hope you understand these things. Yes. Now again, we have a question like this. Let's suppose we have, now we have a is -5 and d is -8. Minus of -5, we get -8 plus 5 means -3. Okay, and a n is equals to -230. With the help of this, we can find easily. So -230, which is equals to -5 plus n minus 1 into -3. Now -230 plus 5, which is equals to n minus 1 into -3. So from this n minus 1 is equals to -225 divided by 3. Okay, 225 divided by -3. And if we solve it, we get what? We get 75. Now we have n is equals to 76. So the value of n is what? 76. Now we have to find S76, which is equals to 76 divided by 2 multiply -5 plus of -230. A plus L, okay, and upon 2 A plus L. Now if we divide this, we get 38, and we get -5 and -230, we get -235. If we multiply this, we get -8930. So we have S76, which is equals to -28930. This is the answer. So this is the method to solve the question. First of all, we have to find the value of n, then we can find S76. Okay, now, so the next question is, how many terms of the AP must be taken to give a sum of 636? Okay, so we have what? We have Sn is equals to 636, A is equals to 9, D is equals to 17 minus 9, which is equals to what? Which is equals to 8. Okay, so we have to find the value of n. So how we can find it? We have to put the formula Sn is equals to n upon 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And we know what is Sn. Sn is 636. Okay, we don't know the value of n, so we are putting here. This is same as here. And 2 into 9 plus n minus 1 into what is d? D is our 8. 636. Now we are shifting 2 to the RHS. Now it will give 18 plus n minus 1 into 8, which is equals to 636 into 2. Okay, which is equals to 636 into 2. Now if we multiply this, we get, okay, yes, here is 18n plus 8n into n minus 1, which is equals to 636 into 2. Okay, so if we solve it, we get what? 18n plus 8n square minus 8n, which is equals to what? 636 multiplied by n. Okay, so I hope you get this point. Now if we subtract 18n minus 8n, we get 10n plus 8n square, which is equals to 6. Here is 2, not n. Here is what? 2. So 636 into 2. Now if we take 2 as a common, we get 5n, okay, plus 4n square, which is equals to 636. Okay, I hope you get this point. Now this is our quadratic equation. 4n square plus 5n, 4n square plus 5n minus 636 is equals to 0. Now we have to solve this by factorization method. So 4n square plus 53n minus 48n, okay, minus 636, which is equals to 0. So this is our factorization method. In previous chapter we were learned about this method, okay. So how we solve it? Yeah, so we have to break this 5n, okay. Like if we solve it, we are the result is same as 5n, and the product is equals to the product of the constant of coefficient of n square and the constant term, okay. So now in this case we are taking n as a common, we get 4n plus 53, okay. Now in this case we have to take minus 12 as a common, we get 4n minus 50 plus 53, which is equals to 0. Now from these two terms we have to take 4n plus 53 as a common, and n minus 12 is equals to 0, okay. Yes, so now n is equals to minus 53 upon 4 and 12. Okay, so n cannot be negative or fraction, so we are not just accept it, we accept the value n is equals to 12. So the answer is n is equals to 12 only. Okay, I hope you understand these things. So now, yes, the first term of an AP is 5 and the last term is 45 and the sum is 400. Find the number of terms and the common difference. Very easy question, direct formula based question. We have A1, which is 5, L is equals to 45, Sn is equals to 400. So we know the formula. Sn is equals to A, Sn is equals to n upon 2 into A plus L. Okay, we know what is Sn. Sn is 400. We know what is n, we don't know. And what is A? 5 plus 45. Okay, so 400 is equals to n upon 2 into 50, and this will become 25. So n is equals to 400 upon 25. Okay, if we divide, so we get 16. So we have n is equals to what? 16. Okay, now my dear friend, we have to find the value of d, means common difference. How we can find it? So now my dear friend, so the total number of terms is what? 16. Okay, and we have last term. So my dear friends, we have A16, which is equals to A1 plus 16 minus 1 into d. Okay, and we know what is A1. We have A1 is 5. So now put the value of this. So we get A16, we have 45. Okay, so 45 is equals to 5 plus 16 minus 1 is 15 into d. Okay, now we get 15d is equals to 45 minus 5, which is equals to what? Which is equals to, my dear friends, 40. So this will give d is equals to 40 upon 15. Okay, now if we cut by 5 we get 3 times, and if we cut by 5 we get 8. So this is 8 upon So we have D is equals to 8 upon 3. Okay, I hope you get this point. Yes. The next question is, the first and the last term of an AP is 17 and 350 respectively. If the common difference is 6, how many terms are there and what is their sum? So now in this case, we have A1 is 17, AN is 350 and D is 90. We have to find SN and N. So first of all, we have to find the value of the value of N. How we can find it? We can use the formula AN is equals to A plus N minus 1 into D. Okay, 350 is equals to 17 plus N minus 1 into D means 9. Then we get 350 minus 17, which is equals to N minus 1 into D. Okay, so I hope you understand these things. So so the main aim of our question is what? Of a question is, first of all, we have to find the value of N. What? Yeah, first of all, we have to find the value of N. Okay, so now if we subtract it, we get what? We get 333, which is equals to, here is in place of T, the value is 9 divided by 9 is equals to N minus 1. If we subtract, if we divide it, then we get 37, which is equals to N minus 1. And so the value of N is 38. What is the value of N? 38. Now we can directly find, now we have to find S 38, which is equals to 38 upon 2 and A plus L. What is A? We have A is 17. What is L? We have 350. So now if we solve it, we get what? We get, if we multiply this, the result is 6973. So this is S38. So this is our answer. Very easy question. Now, yes. So the next question is, find the sum of first 51 term of an AP whose second term A2 is 14 and third term is 18. Okay. And now if in this case we have to find as 51, as what? As 51. So first of all, we have to find A. We have to find the value of A and D. Okay, how we can find it? So the value of D is, we know A3 minus A2, very easy, which is 18 minus 14, which is equals to 4. Okay, now if now we have to find the value of A. What is the value of A2? Which is A plus D. Now 14, now 14 is equals to A plus 4. Now the value of A is equals to 14 minus 4, which is equals to 10. So this is our first term. Our first term is 10. Now S 51 is equals to N upon 2 means 51 upon 2. Obviously. Now twice of A, 2 into 10 plus, what is N? 51 minus 1. And what is D? D is our 4. Okay. So now we can do it very easily. 51 upon 2 multiply 20 plus 50 into 4. Now if you solve it, we get S51 is equals to 51 upon 2 multiply, yes. If you solve it, 220 divided by, okay, if you solve it, this is a 220. Now if you subtract it, we get 110. And if you multiply 51 into 110, we get 5610. So S51 is equals to 5610. This is our result. Okay, so now, yeah, so first of all, we have to understand the question and understand the concept, means what the question is saying, and we have to pick up the concept and then start to solve. Okay, so now this is very important question and very conceptual question. Okay, this is very conceptual question. So the question is what? If if the sum of first and terms, if the sum of what? Sum of first and terms of an AP is 4n minus n square. What is? Yes, 4n minus n square. Okay, so what is the first term, that is s1? What is the sum of first two terms? What is the second term? Similarly, find the third and 10th and the nth terms. Okay, very easy. So we are given that Sn is equals to 4n minus n square. Okay, so the first term we have. Okay, so first term is A is equals to S1. Okay, here is given what is the first term, that is S1. Okay, now we put 1 in the value in the Sn, so we get 4 into 1 minus 1 square, means 4 minus 1, which is 3. So we have A is equals to 3. Okay, I hope you understand these things. Now the sum of first two terms, we have sum of first two terms is what? Is equals to S2. We put the value of 2 in place of n. We get 4 into 2 minus 2 square. We get 8 minus 4. We get 4. So S2 is what? 4. Now what is second term? We know that A2 is equals to S2 minus S1. Okay, you have to be learn this. Okay, A2 is what? S2 minus S1. Okay, so we know A2 is equals to what is S2? S2 we have 4. What is S1? S1 we have 3. We get A2 is 1. Okay, we have A2 is what? 1. Now we can find from this. So now my dear friends, we have A1 is 3 and A2 is what? A2 we have 1. Okay, so now with the help of A1, A2, we can easily find D. What is D? We know that this is A2 minus A1, which is equals to 1 minus 3. So we have minus 2. So now my dear friends, we have A1 and D. With the help of A1 and D, we can find any of the term. Okay, so now, and we have to find what? We have to find A3 and A10. Okay, and nth term. Okay, my dear friend. So now we know that An is what? A plus n minus 1 into D. So we get 3 plus n minus 1 into minus 2, which is equals to 3 plus, we have to multiply minus 2 in the bracket, so we get minus 2 into n, and this will become plus 2. Okay, so we have An is equals to 3 minus 2n plus 2. So this is equals to 5 minus 2n. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you get this point. So now, my dear friends, we have nth term, which is 5 minus 2n. Okay, yes. Now we have to find A3, which is equals to, now we put the value of n is 3 in this equation, so we get 5 minus 2 into 3. So this will be 5 minus 6, which is equals to minus 1. Okay, and we have to find what? This is A3 is equals to minus 1. Now we have to find A10. So now, my dear friends, in the nth term, which is 5 minus 2 into n. So put the value of n is what? 10. So we get 18. So this is 18 is equals to 5 minus 2 into 10. So this will be 5 minus 20, which is equals to minus 15. I hope my dear friends understand these things. So we have 810 is equals to minus 15. So this is our answer. Okay. So now my dear friends, let's move on. First, find the sum of first 15 multiple of 8. Find the sum of first 15 multiple of 8. So the multiple of 8s are multiples of 8 are. What is 8, 16, 24 and 32. Okay. So we have in this case A is equals to 8 and D is equals to again 8 and N is equals to 15. Okay. So now we have to find what? As 15. We can find very easily. How? Like as 15 is equals to 15 upon 2 into 2 into A means 2 into 8 plus 15 minus 1 into D. We have D is what? We have D is 8. So if we solve it, we get 16 plus 14 into 8. We get 15 upon 2. 16 plus 112. We get 15 upon 2 into 128 divided 128 just only. And we get if we divide it, then we get 6 4. So 15 into 64. So the value of S15 is 960. What? 960. So this is our answer. So now friends, this is enough for today, and we will meet in the next lecture. So thank you very much for listening me, and goodbye and take care.